Okay. So we're gonna start off with the drums. The drums was simple. So this is just what I went with the drums. The drums went through like so many different edits until we got to like just simplifying the drums. Like the drums was like the most important part. But simple kick, 808. So I really got inspired by those feel good like band songs, if that makes any sense. It was just like those feel good songs. They got like this like a simple hi-hat that sounds very sharp. Like I like how sharp the hi-hat sounds. I wanted it to sound like big room. I wanted it to sound like, you know, you could dance to it, you can groove to it. Like being at like some type of like jazz bar, just like a bar type situation, some like grown shit, and like you're dancing and you're dancing to the percussion, you're dancing to the band. So that's where I got it from. So then after that, man, you know, I was playing around. I like walking you guys through the process. So I was like playing around with like some samples. So this is like the sample that I came up with. And it was like a sample that I found. It was like a sample that I found from a sample pack. And I added my voice to it. And what I did was I chopped my voice up. Like that. That's me. So that was like, that little sound right there sounds like a mule. To me, it sounds like a mule, some type of animal. But it's like an instrument. That's also my voice, but what I think was like me and Too Fresh, they're good at like tuning out voices and just making the voice into like an instrument on its own. So I don't know if we ran this through a compressor or if we ran this through we ran it through a plugin for sure, and it just gives you this. So it just added some more dimension to it. It's really crazy how like when I go back to the song, I really realize like how minimal it is. So like this with the drums together. So that right there, when the hi-hats come in, that's when I actually sing, I don't want to make it too complicated. And the complicated part, that's kind of like how the song came together. I started doing this thing where like, I would just like apply crude vocals to songs, just like things, you know, scratch vocals, just things I thought of if I thought a melody sound good or something like that. Or if I just would say something, I would just like add it on. So I think with this one, I kind of like hummed the melody. I think I might have just sung it out. Either way, I was just like, I don't want to make it too complicated. Like that's the first thing that came to my mind. I wanted it to be one of those songs where like, it's real like, I guess not sentimental, but it's a word where you're thinking and it's like reflecting. Like, and I don't even know what made me even write this. Like I wasn't even like in a bad place or anything in a relationship. I just like, I don't know. It was just like one of them moments where it just blurted out. So like,
I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated.
So like the whole thing together, you know what I mean? You get the this is how
I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated.
So that was the beat. That was it. Like that was pretty much the song. That's how it was. It was heavy on the synth melody that I found, that I kind of like sequenced. It was heavy on just this vocal. I don't want to make it too complicated. And it had an earlier version of the drums before I worked with Shiftee and kind of like got some better drums together. Like we switched the drums up, like heavy. You know, it's the same tempo, but we switched the drums up. But what really hit it over the head was when I got this, when Kendo and Shweeze from Too Fresh played the guitar. And that guitar, I kind of like, it brought it all together. And it's funny, in that first part of the guitar, you can hear him hitting the bass of it right here. I think he only did it twice in the first part because I don't think he hit it again after that because he probably just was trying to find a rhythm. So so I heard him tap it in it, but you know, I think it's kind of like a cool layer, the fact that it has that nuance in it, and it like reminds you that a human really did it. And like one reason why like I really fuck with instrumentalists, people who can play instruments, because they really can bring your song to like another level. So once we added that to the kicks, it just brought this shit to another fucking level. And then I'm gonna bring in the synth again. So yeah, yeah. So then we had
I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated.
Next up, like I'm ready to
So that's where John Doe comes in, and I think that's what really brought it together. I don't know what it was, but I think how I found out about her because I was taking a ride. Actually, we met at Afropunk, and I already knew about some of her songs, but I was randomly listening to this album when I was like driving on my way back to I was going to DC or something like that. And so I'm just driving out there, and I just hear this, somehow this shit comes up on my Spotify, and I'm listening to this project straight through, and like what I, saw about this artist was just how versatile she was. Like I really couldn't put a finger on like what her sound particularly was. It had elements of like so many different things. She has a lot of hip hop, and then when you think she's just a rapper, she busts out and sings some crazy shit, and she's like, interesting and like detailed and like experimental with her melodies and her vocals. So like it caught me just like kind of like being into the music even more. So, I just decided to hit her up one day and be like, yo, like I need you on this joint. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny how it happened because she ain't say much. She just said, send it to me. And I swear like a week later, we had her vocals, and just like her vocals over this shit, even without the bass, without the other elements. It just really like brought this shit together. And then I'll play it, and then you see what I'm saying.
Case on move, what do I do? Litigate, just kill the fever. Sometimes I don't know no more. Location amnesia. Missed calls, I don't need to know. Can't bring myself to the receiver. Couple rounds just getting real close. Sometimes I don't know no more.
I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna.
So when she brought her vocals in, it just kind of made me want to level up even more. So when I was in the studio with Sam, we decided to re-record my vocals just to like match the energy of hers, because before it was just some scratch shit. As soon as we heard her vocals, it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It kind of challenged me, because it really wasn't even meant for my vocals to be on the song. It just kind of fit. And like what happened was I sent it to her, and I actually sent her the wrong version. I was supposed to send her the version without my vocals on it. So when I got the vocals back, I noticed that there was a break in like the vocal where it was just like an ad lib right here. And I was like, why is that there? So I realized that she left that open for my vocal. And then that's when I put two and two together and realized that, oh, I sent her my vocal. So now I have no choice but to actually like blend my vocal into the song, which then led me to just go back and re-record my shit over again. And even down to like right here, I recorded underneath her vocals too, just to add just like another layer like element. And honestly, I learned that shit from Sade. Sade and like whoever, I don't know who the mans was she was dating, or I don't know what their situation was, but Sade would have her partner sing under a lot of her records. And I heard that, and that just like inspired me to kind of like do that. Like just like, you know, add that level of like, I guess just like that bass or just that different tone, and just add it underneath a vocal that really like doesn't need it at all. And you just like pitch it down, tone it down to where it just like almost hits, and together it sounds great.
Case on move, what do I do? Litigate, just kill the fever. Sometimes I don't know no more. Location amnesia. Missed calls, I don't need to know. Can't bring myself to the receiver. Couple rounds just getting real close. Sometimes I don't know no more.
I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated.
So then, you know what I mean? Her verse was crazy. Her rap verse was crazy.
Next up, like I'm ready to blow. Souped out, now I'm ready to go. 2 counts when it's murder she wrote. 2 counts, yeah. It take a quarter to park and to put me on. A little more, just kicking and see the wire. You know we grown, just say what you really want. A little warmer when you really got the drive. Case no more, what do I do? Litigate, just kill the fever. Sometimes I don't know no more. Location amnesia. Missed calls, I don't need to know. Can't bring myself to the receiver.
That part, you know, where it just like, you hear it all and that shit just comes together and it really sounds like a song. Like I was sold once her vocal was added. And then when I went back and redid my shit, cause I had to just match the energy. And that's the first time I did that, cause I don't necessarily call myself like a vocalist on tracks, but I do like the idea of playing around with vocals and doing things. So like, you know, props to John Doe for like even like, you know, fucking with the concept, you know what I mean? Cause that's so crazy how it came together. I didn't even mean to send the vocal part. And you know, it's her being a professional, she, you know, she lived, you know, she got it together. It was really crazy.
I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated. I don't wanna make it too complicated.
way, put it right back. Give me 2 cents, you know I'ma buy black. They better pipe down, find out where the pipe at. Turn a nigga out high, sitting like crack. And when I hit you, motherfucker, better fight back. Case no more bottle or do, let it be, just kill the fever. Sometimes I don't know no more. Location amnesia. Missed calls, I don't need to know. Can't bring myself to the receiver. Couple rounds just getting real close. Sometimes I don't know no more. 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 Sometimes I don't know no more.
But yeah, that's how it all came together, man. I'm really excited about this song. I think it's one of my best songs, honestly. And just the beginning to end, the process of how the shit came together. You have witnessed the production of Complicated featuring Deaux. And you're in studio with Gianni Lee.